If you've ever wondered how to live your soul's highest, most authentic path while also flourishing in the real world, having a life that is filled with the things that you desire, authentic success, incredible friendships, partnerships, and opportunities, do I have a conversation for you. The podcast episode that you're about to listen to is a conversation between me and my friend and colleague, Hayley Cook. But before we get to the episode, I want to give you a little bit of context so that you can listen with a very specific ear. This, in a lot of ways, wasn't a traditional podcast recording in that we had recorded a podcast in February and really connected at that time. We were talking a lot about the work that we were doing, but we were both still very much in a phase of creating. And what was interesting is when we got together for this podcast episode, it became very, very clear that we were both absolutely flourishing in every area of life. And what was so interesting to me is that there was so much alignment in what we were both experiencing spiritually, mentally, the way that we're approaching work, the kinds of results that we are seeing, areas of our life that we had been prioritizing that we realized that weren't that important, and other areas of our life that we hadn't emphasized as much that we were coming to prioritize. And so I had to hold myself back while we were in this recording from just constantly saying, me too, me too, me too. And you'll probably feel a little bit of that energy in the conversation. And because there was such synergy and I felt such a sense of validation, reinforcement, and alignment with everything that was being shared between us, we kind of fell a little bit out of the regular frame of a podcast conversation. It almost became a catch up between two friends where we were kind of comparing notes about all these incredible things that were happening and what we were experiencing as we moved into a deeper embodiment of the work. And so why I'm so excited to share with you is in these moments where we kind of cross a bridge, we are able to share that knowledge and that wisdom for others. And I deeply feel that this conversation holds wisdom and codes for anyone who is coming to that point in their life where they're wanting deeper harmony between the masculine and the feminine, deeper harmony between the desire for getting external results and the internal reality, the experience, the emotional, energetic experience of life that we want to have. And this is what we get to have. We get to be the person that has this beautiful life that comes with ease, while we also are a person who's willing to do hard things to get where we're going. So I won't say any more. I'm so thrilled to be bringing you this conversation. I hope you love it as much as I do. Leave a comment at the end and let us know how you enjoyed it, what your biggest takeaway was, and enjoy the episode.
I am sitting here today with Michael Edwards. It is our second time doing a collaborative podcast. The last time we did this, it was February. We spiraled into the field and beyond. We became the field, and that's the frequency we're speaking on today. I feel like that point in February initiated so much for each of us and for our audience and everyone listening. So if you're catching this conversation right now, buckle up, giddy up, get fucking ready, because we are about to drop some codes.
Hello, everyone. So excited to be here. Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? I feel like February was really a planting seeds time for me as well, just as you said. And there's so much going on around that time. There was like this deepening of commitment to my spiritual path and all of these things that I wanted to experience. And I feel like reality just shifted and upgraded all around me. So it's so cool to be here with you again in the summer. We're on a totally different timeline, it feels like.
Before we hit record, I was talking about my wedding, my dream weddings, like literally manifesting within the month. We're getting legally married on the Lionsgate portal in 2 days, and we're having our beautiful ceremony, dream ceremony in Greece, in Tinos, Greece. And Michael is showing me his brand new, gorgeous penthouse. We're in it. We're living it. We're thriving. And we were thriving in February as well, but the amount of new things that have manifested in just a few months, it's such summer energy. We're receiving all the live on day. We're the field. We are it. We are it. We are it. We are it. So let's just dive right in here. We're going potent. We're going quick. Michael, what's your work right now? What's your focus right now? How are you moving through each day to be the highest frequency of self?
Well, it's interesting what you said about summer and receiving, because I've so deepened into peace and joy as my way of being. And I completely uncompromising in the willingness to live from that frequency. And what I see in my own journey, and I often see in people, is this: in our personal world, we can get there. Yes, I can have my hour or two in the morning and get to this peaceful place through meditation or whatever. But then when I go to do work, or then when I go to do business, or then when I go to live this part of my life, I reach for the old playbook. I reach for what's familiar. And I've just been feeling the vibration of everything. Yes, I know how to market this way, or yes, I know how to do an offer this way, but is that in alignment with my peace and my highest truth? And if the answer is no, then I don't do it. Well, how do you know it's going to work? Or how do you know that something's going to come in? Or how do you know that your business is going to keep going? I just trust. And as I become a pure expression of who I am, that those opportunities and cooperative components just have to continue to organize in the field. And it just keeps happening. So beautiful and it's so magical. But I think it's this willingness to live above fear and not go back to what I know or not go back to what's familiar. I'm going to live from this frequency only and nothing below. So I think that's like my new baseline.
Period. So what you're describing, I've been channeling on a lot as well. And it's so funny. Like I just got the hit. I was like, Michael, we got to get on. We got to chat. We're on the field. We're in the field. We are the field. I used to be, oh, I'm in the field. I'm in the field. No, I am the field. I am God. I
Yeah.
am creation. I am the field. But there's this upgrade that occurs. And what you're describing, it really sounds like, and I've been channeling on this a lot. It's not about manipulating energy. Right? It's not, I do this and I get that. I market this way. I do that. I offer this. I get that. It's not about manipulating the energy. When you're a really powerful manifestor, you are listening. We can get that reward system. We can get that ego hit when we manifest something through strategy because we're fucking powerful and we can do it that way. But that's not the most powerful way. That's not the purest, cleanest frequency. That's not God in human form. That's not the universal consciousness that you are here to be. That's not divinity. That's a manipulation of energy. And you can manifest some stuff that way, and you will. But there's this new level. And if you're a new paradigm leader, and if you are a channel, if you are a healer, if you are a speaker, if you are someone who's building a new earth like Michael and I are, it won't work for you anymore to manipulate energy. And that's why we're seeing people fall off.
Yes.
Manipulating energy does not work when you are building a new earth because the new earth cannot exist from a manipulative energy. It can't be a tick for tat. It can't be an energy exchange. It can't be, I do this, I get that. It has to be clean, field, frequency, trust. Yesterday, I was on my lawn chair sunbathing and it was like, text Michael, drop in. I haven't seen you on social media. I don't know anything about you right now.
I know.
We haven't talked in months.
I've been hermited.
You've been hermit. Okay, that makes sense. You're in your 2 line. I haven't heard from you. I haven't talked to you. Nothing. But I got that strong pull. And if someone out there needs this conversation, I am God in human form. I'm going with this. There's no strategy involved. It's just boom, boom. There's no manipulating of the energy. I don't know about you, Michael, but I've actually stopped calling my life's work a business. I'm allergic to calling it a business. It's my life's work, period. It's my life's work.
Yeah.
I can't even engage with that. So people will have me on the podcast, oh, business growth, whatever. I'm like, my life's work, my life's work. It's not that I don't understand when people are calling it a business, they're doing their thing, but we're in such a pure, clean energy. We're channeling divinity. We are divinity. You can't engage with any manipulation of energy anymore. It will not work. It will not serve you. It will not serve the collective. And therefore, based on human evolution, it will become extinct. So it's pure, clean, clear frequency only.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. But of course, we're on the same wavelength. This has been my whole obsession recently as well. And you're right about the manipulation. It can't be transactional. And I think where a lot of people get confused is because we may learn that as like a doorway into this work or into this world. But I find what happens is there comes a point where I see it in my clients. Their soul is saying no more. I don't want it anymore that way. But then their mind and then their day to day, they're reaching for the old tools. And that's why that's part of why the manipulation doesn't work anymore, because you've already cast that higher desire. A part of you has already got your foot in that next octave, that next frequency expression of who you are, and has declared, I want to live from spirit. I want to live from soul. I want to live from, and then we go, oh, I'm scared. Let me go back to manipulation. But it's like, no, you already declared something else. You already planted this seed of a higher desire. So that was a step up for you before, to use those words, is no longer in service of the new desire that your heart has planted in the field. So it's actually our own creation saying, I won't do this anymore. But then I think for a lot of us, it's really getting to this point. And I'd be interested to know your experience. I know you, you're such someone that's so willing to dive in, which I admire about you so much. But I think that's where people sometimes create a lot of pain for themselves is the going back and forth where the fear comes in and then they're like, let me just manipulate a little bit because if I don't check on it and I don't get a little bit of control, I don't know that it's going to come and I don't know that it's going to be what I want. But we can't live like that anymore. Life, spirit, divine source, God is calling us higher. And the question is, will you heed the call?
Yeah. Oh, yes. So, what you're describing there with that checking in, that energy, right? So, we're always initiating ourselves. If you're listening to this conversation, you're someone who's constantly initiating yourself. You're here for the work, you're here for the more. Most people are stuck in the phoenix rising. Most people are stuck in the struggle of initiating themselves and then being in scarcity. You're already good. If you're sitting here or walking or driving or at the gym listening to this conversation, you're fucking good. Look around your life. You have enough. You are enough. You're good. But most people will initiate to the next thing. I want the multi-millions now. I want the billions now. I want the dream house, even though I just got my first home. I want the next. I want whatever. I do this all the time too. You want the next thing. It's part of the initiation. It's part of living out your soul's timeline, right? And receiving your soul's inheritance. It's part of it. But where most people go wrong and where I went wrong for a long time was I'd initiate myself and then I would fall into the illusion of separation and the illusion of lack and scarcity of it's not here yet without noticing, oh, but look at everything I already have. People want a quantum leap from lack and scarcity to overflow, but
Yeah,
vibrational and based on the laws,
there's too much of a gap. Yeah.
it's not possible. You have to go from immediately noticing the scarcity, transmuting it, getting into enoughness. From enoughness, if you're truly in enoughness, and I want to talk about this with you, Michael, because I think we're both in that field this summer of just like peace, joy. This is as good as it's going to get. We don't give a fuck. We don't even need more or want more because we're just thriving in that field of enoughness. If you're actually in the field of enoughness, you won't be desiring more, but the more will just come. You won't even
Yes,
want it.
this is the key. It's really interesting that you brought that up. A couple of years ago, when I graduated from my hypnotherapy training, which was amazing, I did so much inner work, right? I was on this whole journey of healing, of self love, and I manifested a session with Marissa Peer, which was amazing. And so I was glowing from the inside out. My whole vibration was like, I am love, I am enough. That's it. And I walked through life manifesting the most ridiculous things, probably like $100,000 worth of things that year. I got a free rent, all these things that you just wouldn't think.
Mm.
Life was ridiculous. And I remember actually at one point crying because I wasn't quite ready yet for all the things. At first I was like, oh, I can manifest whatever I think comes into my reality. And then I was starting to realize I don't think reality is real. And I cried because I was afraid because it was just such a departure from what I had always lived. But at
Yeah.
that time, I was an unconscious competent. I didn't understand what it was that was working. I didn't understand the laws. I didn't understand the mechanics. And so at one point, when I went on the journey of how do I grow my business, as one does, I found all these other things and a lot of manifestation in the frequency of what you're talking about, the manipulation of energy. And the more I tried to manifest and the more I did these manipulative tools, the more all the magic went away in my life. And it like really went away. As I've been studying the laws and becoming a conscious competent, and more than that, just letting go of what I see and what other people say is supposed to be the thing and coming back to my channel. I really made this decision this last winter of I am here to be in service of spirit. It doesn't matter what I think is right for me. It's where is spirit sending me? And truly living that, it's brought me back to this place. I feel like one of the most important things I'm here to do is help people love themselves more and be more love and just live as authentically who they are. And as I become more of that without trying to manifest, without trying to manipulate the field, I've moved back into this place where it's force versus power. If you're familiar with the Hawkins scale of consciousness, no force necessary because everything just organizes for you. And it's so beautiful. But there's no part of me that's like, oh, I really need that next thing. And I see exactly what you're saying all the time. You just got what you asked for. And now you're unhappy again because you want something else. And that's the trap. And to what you're saying about these subtle shifts in vibration, I think it's also as we really mature, it's about recognizing that all of those things are inside of us all the time. It's like no house is going to make you feel rich. No relationship is going to make you feel like love yourself more. Up to you to create that and to live that every day. I'll tell you, actually, I had this marketing agency and they said all the right things initially when I was hiring them. They were like, we're going to really honor your voice and listen to you and whatever. And when we got into it, it was a lot of them just kind of hacking the algorithm and telling me to say whatever they thought the algorithm wanted, which was not in alignment. We started to butt heads, and I had this call with them, and the CEO said to me, why don't you just listen to us? Your life could be totally different in a year. And I was, my life already is different. I have found this thing inside of me that is like winning the lottery. It's the
Yeah.
treasure of life. It's everything. If people could feel what I feel and experience life the way I experience it, the world would be different. What are you talking about? I don't need a million followers or whatever to feel this. I'm so wealthy. My wealth is my way of being. And it was interesting because the contrast of saying that to him in that moment, it did something. It went deeper into my
Yeah,
body.
it
And
was
that, right? Yeah, because you're like, no, I'm not going to go that way. Just,
huge reclamation of power in that moment. And to say it particularly, it's about so much more than that moment, right?
yeah.
Carry on. That was amazing.
It was that reclamation of power, and that feeling just hasn't left me. That's where I'm creating from. That's why all of these beautiful things continue to come and happen. There is no looking at lack. Oh my God, life is so beautiful. And also playing in all the possibilities of what could be, but not from a place of like, I need it, I have to have it, it's not enough, any of that. It's just, I don't know. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to live this way. And I think it's what we're really looking for.
I think that's why I knew I needed to talk to you and message you yesterday. And here we are today, because that being the field, that's at least the language I'm calling it. I feel as though I am the field, meaning I don't need anything. I'm not manifesting outside. I'm not magnetizing toward. I just am. And it's the consciousness of I am. And the peace, when you mentioned the word peace, because in the last month, I literally feel peace. Like you said, you've won the lottery. You're just like, it, and I say this to my clients all the time. We affirm it feels good to be me. It feels good to be me. It's like that all day. Like I exist. I'm here. But I realized a month ago, I don't think I've ever felt peace before because I've never felt this. This is a feeling I want to have for the rest of my fucking life. There's so many words for it. It's authenticity, it's power, it's pure, it's clear, it's unwavering as well. When you initiate yourself to this level of peace, there's so many opportunities for you to reclaim power. This is who I am. And you just described a perfect example talking about marketing. But I see it every day. There's no days off. It's 24/7, no days off. If you choose this pure frequency, not everyone's going to choose it because it is a 24/7, no days off.
Yes.
It's constant, no days off of attunement, of calibration. And not just calibrating. If you're listening to this, I'm calling you out. And I've been there. I know you are listening. I know you're real because I've been there. And I'm calling you out if you're listening, going, if I do this, then I'm going to be the multimillionaire. If I do this, then I'm going to be the billionaire. If I do this, then I'm going to attract what I want to attract. If I do this, then I'll get famous. If you're still manipulating the energy, you've missed the point. This conversation is not for you. I'm sorry. Or you need to listen harder because it's not a matter of being the field to manifest. It's a matter of being the field because once you actually are the field, you don't even care. I'm getting to the point where I don't even care. And it's a little scary.
I know exactly what you.
I'm crying, laughing over here because it's my whole adult life has been about focused manifestation and it's worked. It's gotten me to great levels in my life and it's been incredible. But this new level that I'm on to lead the new paradigm in the way that I'm here to lead, it's from a very different frequency. It's from a very different way of being. And it is literally just existing and breathing and existing and being. And I believe I am God. So I, God, we, you are God, we are God, puts it into your plate. Here you go. But that will not happen if you're still trying to manifest from manipulation, from forcing, from trying. Don't be listening to this conversation because you want to get to your next level or get your next thing. Listen to this conversation because you get to feel this inherent sense of security within self, this inherent sense of, I'm so good. The best I've ever been. I'm at my best, no matter what is going on in the hologram. When you are the field and you feel that, I can't even keep track of the money I'm making. I can't even keep track of the blessings that are coming. I can't keep track of the clients. I can't keep track of the opportunities because it's just so many now. And I don't care. I'm here to do my life's work. And if that matches my life's work, floodgates are wide open. And I'm sure you can resonate with this. And let's just talk about this now because I want people to access the field just by us talking about how fucking good it
Yeah.
is. There's urgency. I used to live with a constant state of urgency. There's something I should be doing to grow. There's something I should be doing for my next level. There's always urgency. I have no urgency. I can't explain.
Yeah.
The only thing it might feel like urgency when I'm, hey, yo, let's have a quick conversation. But that's just like God sent of have this conversation with Michael. Okay, great. I'm doing that. If I do take action, it's from the purest, cleanest place. And most of my life right now is non action. So I get this old pattern of you should reach out to that person. You should post that. You should be sending that email. You should be doing this. You should be contacting that person. I get those thoughts and I have to really attune with a very fine tooth comb, very refined level of precision. Who is asking me to do that? Is it
Yeah.
my fragmented ego or is it my purest, highest divinity? And if I have to ask myself, it's not the purest high. So I
Totally.
don't do it. There's so much non action.
Same. Everything you just described. I love that we connected right now. It is absolutely the same thing with me. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier about you said you do this high pressure launch thing. And then I'm like, what? No, what's that vibration? It's fear, it's lack, it's the feeling of I need to control. That's not what we're here for. We're here for receiving. And same, it's so interesting that you talk about the clients and the payments because as I've had this same transition. I used to be tracking of everything that was going on, and now I don't even know. I can't remember why I opened Stripe last night for something, and I saw there's payouts every day this week, and oh, that's great. But I didn't even know where I used to be.
Oh,
Where's the money? Where's it going? I don't know where it's just going to come. Of course, that's one of the universal laws and the beliefs, right? Money is infinite, so we're actually stepped into a higher level of belief and trust with that. I want to go back to what you're saying though, because I think this can be a really painful and scary time for people. Like when you say, just let go of the desire for the thing. And if you're listening and that's you, but I need it, I need the money, or I need this success, or I need this client, or I need this business to work, this is where courage comes in because everything that you're creating from that place is based in the vibration of fear, which is destructive. It is not cooperative in manifestation, and it's literally destructive to our health, to our vitality, to our way of being. And this is where it really takes courage and a leap of faith to go, I will not live above this. And you can look at it like this. I also believe what Hayley's saying about God. And so, if you believe that you, as part of God, the universe, are everything and are loved, is it possible for you to be fully expressed as a soul? Is it possible for you to be fully, purely, divinely expressed as who you are in this human experience and not be thriving? It's not possible for you to be fully expressed and not be thriving. That's why spiritual law has said forever, abundance is your birthright because you expressed is abundant. And this is the thing, it may not be exactly what your ego wants or what your ego thinks that you want, but it will be better because it's your life, it's your soul's truth, it's for you. So letting go of the fear, letting go of what you think you need to have and saying, I will be me, I will be peace, I will be love, I will be joy, I will be all that I am and live the most beautiful life, not needing life to show me what I think is beautiful first, but choosing because this is who I am and this is who I choose to be, it will change your life. It will change everything. And that's the power. The power isn't I go and get this thing and then I'm powerful. The power is I remember that I can choose in every moment. I remember my power to create. I remember who I am in every now. And that's being God. That's when you remember that you're the creator.
Yes, 100% yes. And what we've been talking about too, in this sense of I've won the lottery, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm here. And many people who know my story, they know of my near death experience that I had last year. But you don't need a near death experience to be, oh my God, I'm alive. I can't tell you how good it feels. Every morning I wake up and I'm just, thank you, God, for my life. I'm so happy to be here. I don't know what came first, if it was the near death and then this or what, but that feeling of every moment of every day. And I was just on another podcast interview before this talking about an example I shared in a masterclass I just recorded. I was on my way to the cottage last week. And in Canada, cottage country, you're in line, it's a whole thing, it takes a while. And it's very easy to slip into the mundane, moving through the motions. This is just another thing to do. And I really just kind of got hyper aware of everyone in line rushing to get to the cottage to feel peace, to relax. pumping the gas and all the mundane. There was so much stress in the environment. And I caught myself also feeling like, "Oh, I'm just going to pump, not stress. I haven't experienced stress in years, but it's more of, I caught myself almost like this is just another thing to do to get to where I want to go. And it was a manipulation of energy. I'm getting this gas to go here. And I stopped myself. It was that very refined moment of, this is the best. I'm here. The sun is shining. I'm pumping gas in my gorgeous car. I'm alive. I'm on my way to the cottage. And this instantaneous shift, I always say, when you're in this frequency, the hologram adjusts instantly. So the hologram instantly adjusted. So I had that internal moment. I reclaimed power from the mundane. I wasn't uncomfortable. I wasn't, oh, I have to pump gas. I was just, man, this is
Yeah.
whatever. But that's not it for me. What's it for me is every moment of every day being, I'm fucking alive. That's my magic right now. That's what feels good for me.
Living it. We do it in the morning or we do it during manifestation time.
Oh,
And then the rest of the day we live the other way. That's not
exactly.
it. I choose this all the time. And if I do slip a little bit, then I bring myself back. Because if you do get a little bit out of that, the more out you are, the more your mind is like, you need to do things. You don't have time for that. Instead of, no,
Totally.
we come back to peace no matter what.
It's a 24/7, like we said, no days off, 24/7 calibration and attunement and refinement. And being the field means you are the field. It's not accessing.
Yeah.
That's why I've shifted my language from being in the field to
Yeah.
being the field. And it really changed a lot for me of like this constant, I am the field. So even in that subtle moment of this is just a boring Monday task, shifting it to I'm pumping gas. I'm alive. The sun is shining. I'm on my way to the cottage and just getting in that frequency of just standing there. I'm smiling, and everyone now is starting to shift vibration and we're all smiling. And it's just like that being in that energy of this moment right here. This is it. I don't care what you're doing, brushing your teeth, having a shower, walking your dog. You could be doing something mundane. You could be filing your taxes. I don't give a fuck what you're
Yeah.
doing. That is it. If you can't be at peace, in joy, feeling that sense of, yes. If you're not feeling that, then you're never going to fucking feel it. Until you can realize that, the hologram will not adjust for you until you get into that field of this is as good as it's going to get. And I'm so fucking grateful right here, right now, whatever it is, right? In the house that you think you've outgrown, in the relationship that's hard, whatever it is, looking at your bank account when you wish it was higher. If you can't be in just, yes, this is it. This is as good as it's going to get, cannot and will not shift to the better it gets, the better it gets. You are it. And that's why, like you said, the spiritual teachings forevermore have said, you have it all within you. Because basically they're saying, you are God, you are it. I live this now. It's like that shift from knowing to integration and holding it.
Totally.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation. Like staying in it, staying power, holding it, that's it. But your desire doesn't exist without you. Whatever you think you want cannot and will not exist without you. So if you're constantly escaping self, abandoning self, seeking outside self, you're not going to have it because you're operating from the illusion of separation versus I am it. And therefore my desires must manifest so I can just be at peace and chill the fuck out and do whatever the hell I want to today. And maybe that is moving the needle by taking action, but maybe it's literally just being and breathing and existing. And when you're in that frequency of I am it, all that you desire matches that frequency and it literally just lands. And that's when you start to feel the feeling of like, I can't keep up with all the blessings. I just
Yeah.
track them because it's nonstop 24/7 because you're nonstop 24/7 the field.
Do you find that it's a different relationship with desire though?
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't feel like I desire anything.
Yeah. This is, I think,
Weird.
what's so interesting, isn't it? And I've become really obsessed with the Hawkins scale of consciousness, which is outlined in a book called Force versus Power for anyone who hasn't seen it. But most people have this kind of scale of consciousness, but I've become nerding out on the research behind it because it takes all these things that I've intuitively known and been working with for a long time and it puts them in this map. And I love this. But one of the things that was really interesting to me is that desire is quite low frequency. It's below anger, it's below pride, and it's below the threshold from where we go from like downward negative momentum to upward positive momentum. It's interesting because I don't think that desire in its purest form, like my soul drops this into my awareness and I go, wouldn't that be delicious? I don't think it's that. It's that desiring from lack, which is, I think, where so many people are. So it was really interesting to me to see that on that spectrum. But I still have desires when I'm in my highest truth, but it's this different thing. It's more, oh, this could be a possibility. And then it comes. There's not that, because I think they talk about the predominant emotional state. Yeah, it's that craving,
Yeah.
right? And I know exactly what you're talking about. That's where we go into the manipulating energy. So it is so interesting how your relationship with things and desire change. But I love everything that you're saying about these everyday examples, because what I'm living too. And I remember, because I have a lot of background in hypnotherapy, so I love self-talk and I love going to sleep in the morning too. And I, for the longest time, would intentionally go as I was falling asleep. I would be like, I love myself. I am love. I am the field. I am God. I am amazing. I am beautiful. And now is just automatic. When I wake up in the morning and you first become conscious, you're not fully awake yet. I hear
Yes.
my voice in my head and it's saying all
Yes.
these, and I just wake up with this sunshine in my heart and this smile
Yeah.
on my face before anything's happened. And it's
Yeah.
so beautiful. And I'm curious if you feel like this was the way you experienced it as well. Did you feel like you started living that way first and then the blessings started to compound?
Yeah. And I just want to acknowledge what you said there about you used to consciously affirm and now you're affirming. I think this is such a surrender to divinity because I have this all the time where I'll just like drop to prayer and I'm like, who is doing that? Because I'm not consciously like, I'm going to pray, but
Yeah.
I'm just in full surrender to the highest timeline, the highest expression and form of and function of me, that you just start automatic. It's kind of funny to witness. You're just like, oh, I'm just doing this. I'm just literally doing this. So that conscious work is necessary, but then you get to this field frequency that we're in and it's all just happening. So it's the same thing with desire. I don't need to journal about it. I don't need to write about it. And I haven't in years. I've always said for years, if journaling helps you, great. But if it feels another thing you have to, don't do it. But I'm not sitting around journaling my desires. No shame if you are. That's a total stepping stone and it's great. My relationship with desire, and it's very similar to what you shared, Michael, I'll be just shown something and I'll experience merging with it. It'll just be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, there that is. That's coming in now. And then
Yeah, it's like,
it's like,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, it's totally like that. Yeah, like imagining a video game too or something or a movie. It's just, oh, insert this person, but you're seeing it before. Insert that character, insert that dream home, insert that dream opportunity. And you're, oh, yeah, that's coming. Great, no problem. I'm not moving. I'm here. I'm good. I'm sitting here receiving. And it feels like when you describe that consciousness scale, and we talked about this at the beginning of our conversation, trying to manifest from lack will manifest you more lack. That's the law.
Yeah.
You can't manifest abundance and prosperity from lack. It's not possible. You can only manifest from enoughness because your inherent enoughness, when you're in inherent enoughness, you literally know you are already it. You are so good. You are it. You are the dream. You are the one you've been waiting for. You are the desire. You are like the dream does not exist without you. The desire does not exist without you. The goal does not exist without you. You are it. And so long as we escape the enoughness and go back into, and that's why it's just drop the struggle. Stop going back to the phoenix rising. Stop going back to the trying. Stop going back to the manipulation of energy. What do I do to get that? And drop in to the field. That's my work 24/7. Be in the
Yeah.
field. And then if a desire, an idea, let's say, or I'm shown something, I'm like, oh, cool, that will happen. And then there's no attachment to how or when. It's just, it will happen. And it's wild. If I even think of the money that came into my world just yesterday, that I was like, oh, great. It's just like cool, but there's just no neediness. The
Yeah.
desire is not, oh, I want to have $100,000 month. You just are it, and then you have it. I don't
Ta-
really know how to word it.
I know exactly what you mean. Talk to me about not going back into the Phoenix Rising struggle energy anymore. Tell me what you see with that pattern.
I'm so present to this right now because I'm doing it every day for myself.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks, everyone who's doing this work knows that 2 weeks is a fucking lifetime in this world.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm not out here 2 weeks. Anytime I drop in with a client once a week, I'm like, where are we at? It's been years. Let's go. And I know that there's going to be so many things to talk about. So the last 2 weeks, which feels like 2 to 10 years, I have not experienced deviation from the enoughness field, which has been so amazing. But the 2 weeks before that, I was initiating myself into the enoughness field. And so I was constantly getting opportunities to go back to the Phoenix Rising all the time. Because when you initiate yourself, you put yourself in the void. You can either determine that the void is scarcity and lack, or you can decide that the void is the becoming. I don't have this yet. And who must I become? Oh, I am her. I am the field. Okay, boom, it drops. It's so present for me. And I'm working on this every day with clients and clients who are manifesting very different things, right? Everyone's on their own unique journey, but there's this necessity. It's not even, oh, it could work. It's like necessary to be in the field of enoughness, to receive more and to not go back to this phoenix rising. So many people, when they say, I want whatever, even if it's just, I want peace, right? It might not even be a tangible
Yeah.
desire. It might just be, I just want to feel freedom and peace. They've initiated a new way of living. They will then initiate all of the contrast where they get to reclaim power from. And those, all that field of contrast is every single time, call it a test, call it what you want, but it's this opportunity to either reclaim power from it and stay in power in the field of enoughness, or it's an opportunity to go back into the phoenix rising, which is lack, not enoughness. Michael and I don't really speak to people who are just starting their spiritual journey, so I'd be surprised if you've caught this and that's where you are. But the phoenix rising is the start of your spiritual awakening. It's, I want more and I get to have it, versus conditioning and programming, which you just a robot.
Yeah.
Phoenix rising is a good step, but that is so not what we're here for. It's so old.
I also see the Phoenix Rising as, and I think we all go through this in a time where we reclaim power, we come into our enoughness and we manifest something incredible and we step into it. It's almost like we don't know where to go from there. And then we go back and we recreate the experience of lack or scarcity or struggle in some way so that we can springboard off again. And a lot of people go in and out of that, like again and again. And I think that it's so important to get to this place where we're not doing that anymore. And I love that you're relating it to the field of enoughness, because that really is it. What I see is when people are there, one of the things that can come up, and I see this in myself. I have to like really be on myself about this sometimes too, is not going into the fear of losing it, not letting that be something that creeps in. But that in and of itself is not enoughness. Because here's the thing, if you're really enough, who cares if you lose the money? Who cares if you lose the house? Who cares? It doesn't matter, because you're still enough. It doesn't affect you. And money's infinite. And your ability to create is infinite. And your ability to be supported divinely by the universe, because you are the universe, is infinite. So who
Yeah.
cares if some unpleasant, unexpected thing comes into your experience? Because that can't
Mhm.
rattle that inner enoughness. But that's like a whole other, I feel phase one is, can I step into that? And then phase two is, can I really hold that?
Well, and I feel like that's the conversation that we're having, because those are the people listening. They're in that,
Yeah, absolutely.
have manifested these great things. And at least any of my clients, they, if you look into their life, you'd be like, I want their life. A very high level way of existing. So you're in that, but then that the old Phoenix Rising struggle bus tries to creep in. Most people who, listen to this, again, they're probably not listening to this podcast, but it's the people that go from Phoenix Rising to the void, to the Phoenix Rising to the void. They can't hold the frequency. They can't be the field of enoughness, of I am it, long enough for blessings to land. So they
Yeah.
have the staying power. They don't have the courage. They don't have the faith. They don't have the power. And they go back to the struggle. And then they get this little beautiful, awesome flicker of inspiration that puts them back in the field, and
Yeah.
or puts them back in the void. And if
Yeah.
they don't transmute that void into the field, they're just going to keep going back, and it's going to be Phoenix rising void forevermore. And we see this all the time. And if you're the type of person listening to this conversation, you're here, you are probably going, oh, I used to do. And you're probably in this really like interesting in between moment, which is, I see how I used to do that. I could see how that's trying to come in right now. And I'm not fucking available for it. It's that push pull. It's that want it, burn it down, need more.
Yeah.
It's a cycle that is starvation, neediness, extraction, ego, manipulative. And again, it's better than not having any dreams for yourself. But it's also this slave archetype,
Yeah.
being a slave to something outside of you. And I totally get this, because I used to be a slave to my dreams. I have to do this because the world is counting on me and I'm building a new paradigm. It's like, what the fuck? I literally giggle about it now. I'm just, yeah, I'll push, I'll move client to the next day. I'll be like, sorry, I need today, or I'm doing, you know what I mean? I am,
Yeah.
and nothing exists without me. And I'm always saying this to my client, your book doesn't exist without you. Your business doesn't exist without you. Your children don't exist without you. You are fucking it. So you are the source all the time. You must be in constant calibration to what do I need in this moment? Okay, I'm going to self soothe. I'm going to give myself that. Okay, great. I'm back in the field. I'm in the field. And then literally it's just stay in the field. Lack, there's no separation. There's also no desire. You will just continue to get everything you want. And then I think the refinement that you and I are living in, Michael, that is why I really felt that intuitive hit to talk to you is I don't know too many people right now in this. There's a lot of really high level friends, really high level collaborators that are in my life that aren't in the fields of they don't really have any more desires. They're just, I'm good. And it's kind of a disorienting place for my ego to be because I'm so used to wanting more and wanting what's next. And I've really built a life helping people build and create next and new. And this interesting space to be in is just like, I'm good. And I know that all these things just are. I can see them. Insert this character, insert this timeline, insert this baby, insert this new house. I can see it all, but it's not the same. There's not the same.
I've got to get there. Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. And I guess for a week, it was really disorienting for me where I felt, am I depressed? Am I lost? Because I was just so content. I was so peaceful. And now I've really regulated it. Not only is this safe, this is good and right.
So, first of all, I love that you shared this because I also have been in this and have had similar feelings. I've literally been, is something wrong with me? There's nothing I really want. You know what I mean? I'm so used to desiring. But I think our nervous system and our mind is always wired to go back to what's familiar and what feels safe. And it's so important, just as you said, that we normalize that for ourselves and then we regulate into that. And we go, this is my resting state. This is my new normal. And it doesn't have to be something that's unfamiliar or that you're afraid of, but it's good to feel good.
That's the old addiction to that
Yeah.
whole struggle.
I need something outside myself. I need the next thing. And I know exactly what you mean. And I feel the same. I can't fully articulate it either, but it's this feeling of I'm good. I'm not desiring in that same way, but I'm also aware that there's all these things that are coming in and that I'm growing and that my practice is growing and that I'm not giving up on the magic and the exquisiteness of life. It's just more so, but it's just, yeah.
It doesn't feel exactly like personal examples. A couple weeks ago, I was in Cartier and I was shopping for a wedding gift for Mitch. And then I was going to Prada shopping for myself. And I was in the field doing these superficial desire based things, but it didn't feel like a desire. It just felt like I'm just doing this. Just I
Yeah.
would go eat breakfast. I would go and have a shower. It just felt like I'm just doing, I don't know how to put words to it, but someone might look in and be like, oh, she's shopping designer because she needs that validation where this is just the field I'm in and this is what I like and what I prefer. And it just has that clean, clear. And it's the same thing when you're giving or releasing. It's the same thing when it's coming. Even with clients, it's just this field of right clients come to me. And then often I'm just giving my gifts for free. I'm just, here you go. And
So interesting that you say that. Same. Oh my God. I'm so happy we had this conversation today.
I needed to have this.
I absolutely. I appreciate you so much, by the way. But I've had that experience as well. I remember when I was so, oh, if people come and they get my gifts, they have to pay and it has to be like this. And I actually think that's rooted in lack. I see that sometimes now in
Totally.
people as well, where they're like, has to be this much. And I'm already wealthy. I'm already in overflow. I'm already good. Yes, I value my work. And especially if you're going to come into one of my main spaces, the price is the price. But I'm the same. Oh, if someone I meet needs some help or whatever, I'm so much more giving of that. I had a haircut with a different barber the other day because my barber was out of town and I basically just gave her a session while I was there. And we pulled up her human design and, well, this is why this and this is happening. And this is how you should make decisions. And it felt so good. And she was just lit up. She was, oh my God, it was a miracle that you came in today. And all that. I was like, oh, this feels so good. It's so interesting that you said that. And it's funny because it takes me back to talking about the manipulation and transactional nature. I remember having it as a conscious strategy. If you want more money, go be of service. We're kind of living that in a deeper way, I feel, but it's not coming from that place of, oh, let me be of service so that maybe I can
Yeah.
stimulate the universe. I just am. You know what I mean? I just
This is
am. Of course, I have these gifts. Of course, I'm sharing them with the world.
totally. And I've recently shifted it to, and I think most people who are undercharging or whatever, that could be a matter of low self worth, people pleasing, whatever. But then there's
Yeah.
also this other level of people who are charging all this money and unwilling to serve and give unless that
Yeah.
transaction is in place. And that also feels really low self worth to me. But then there's this field that you once enter, and it's just, and I'm in this field of I get paid to exist because 24/7, no days off, I am doing the work on myself. I'm building a new life for the entire collective to rise, including myself at the very forefront. So I get paid to exist. There's a number of clients, number of followers, number of impact. None of that will ever be able to pay me for who I am and how I live. So I get paid to exist, period. And this is my life's work, period. Yes, there are high paying clients that come through and pay for life's work, but there are also random people on the street that get the exact same quality of life's work, right? I might not be talking to them 5 days a week like I am with my
Yeah.
clients, but I'm not going to gatekeep love. I just won't do it.
Oh my God.
So it's
That's,
like, I won't do it. And it's like,
yeah.
I do energy exchanges with different estheticians that I work with. They may charge $200 an hour. I charge $1,000 an hour. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's a flow. And it's always from that. It's never from strategy. It's never from a manipulation of energy. It's just a
Yeah.
flow of this feels so good. And then I
Yeah.
have the clients that are, this is what I pay you because I want to pay this and I want the white glove service 5 days a week and whatever. And you get that. You're going to get that. But I'm rich, period. I'm wealth, period. I'm good, period. And then this is my life's work. This is what I do in the world. I'm shining my light everywhere I
I
go.
love it so much. There were some serious codes in there.
Oh my God, everything you share. And we could go on forever. I know we need to kind of wrap this conversation up.
I want to ask you one more thing.
Yeah.
Do you also find more and more that being of that service and sharing of your life's work and shining your light, as you're saying, is actually the most fulfilling thing of all?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I was hosting a micro retreat where I make lots of money hosting retreats, right? And then I went to my nail appointment and I did a impromptu pro bono energy extraction on my esthetician because she just needed it. I could feel that she needed it. And I was in this overflow of, I've got you. So I got my treatments, I got my things done, and then I shifted gears into like lie down on the table. She has a treatment room in her salon. And I did this literally felt like the most powerful work I've ever done. It was like I was the power and the presence of God, and I was doing this insane. I felt like I was 20 feet tall. I was just like raw, and it was like this massive energetic upgrade that just happened in a matter of 10 minutes for this person, where there's no exchange. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
oh, maybe I'll get you know what I mean? It's none of that. It's just like I was coming through. She needed it. I was the vessel. I've got you because I'm good no matter what, because I'm constantly in enoughness. And I remember driving home that day going, whoa, that's what it feels like to be God. That's what it feels like to be the universe, where you have an infinite supply all the time. Doesn't mean you don't have boundaries, doesn't mean you don't have standards. If someone messages me, and so I don't get messages all the time that I'm just, nah, that's not it. But it's that constant attunement of, is this a pure reciprocal share? Is this a pure, if it's not reciprocal, is this a pure giving? Or is this
Mm,
receiving? And like the law of reciprocity is, it's not tied to individuals. It's not like a me and you reciprocity. It's a reciprocity with life. So if the giving feels pure, it will be reciprocal in some way. If the receiving is pure, it will be reciprocal in some way. And it's not, and I've had so many experiences of this. I got a very generous financial gift recently, and all this old stuff came up of I felt like I needed to do something for the person then. I was dysregulated. I was, whoa, I just got this multiple five-figure gift that I was not expecting from someone who loves me and appreciates me in their life. And they wouldn't have known that I was feeling weird, but my physiology was dysregulated because I was so used to, up until that point, this was back in June, which is years ago. It's 2 months, it's a month ago, but still it felt like years ago. And I had to really recognize where I've been exchanging, where I should just be in the energetics and the laws of reciprocity, which is simply I give and so I receive reciprocally
yeah.
from the universe. It has nothing to do with our house cleaners here. I just heard her comment. Speaking of receiving, my house cleaner has, and I did tell Michael, I was, we need your card early so that whatever. But yeah, it's a different field of being to just be, oh, I just received this. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't just go for giving. That's what I'm trying to describe. It also goes for receiving. There cannot be attachments, there cannot be ties. It's not an exchange, it's a being the field, the power and the presence of God in human form. And there will
Yeah.
be benevolent receiving and benevolent giving. And it's never going to be an this for that, tit for tat,
Yeah.
wrestling between individuals is an illusion of separation because we are not individuals, we are one.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh,
Codes. Just
let's
mic
go.
drop to this whole episode.
Oh my God, so many. Michael, I love you. I love you. I love you. We'll do this again. We'll do this more often because I just feel excited finding those that are in the field with me. And I'm like, okay, let's talk. It feels different. I'm not willing to just go on any podcast right now. I'm not willing to have any conversation right now. I'm in this field and you're in the field with me. Let's go. It's not about sharing. It's not about, ooh, let's grow our podcast. Let's get more
Yeah.
clients. I want to have this conversation with you. And I know that those listening need this, period.
100%.
And that's how it feels. And you're incredible. You've shared so many codes. It's resonant. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love you.
You too. Thank you so much for reaching out. And this is so beautiful. I feel like we got to go back and listen to this episode because I've already got it, but I'm definitely going to sit with all the things I just received. That's it.
Oh, it's so good. I love you and thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us in the field and stay in proximity. Be in the field. Stay in proximity. Be in the field. I love you. Mwah.
Yeah. Sending you all so much love and bye for now.
Bye.